has stirred up a lot of folk. One of my guilty pleasures, one of my favorites, Friday Night Tights, returns to the Esquire Network.
And we have been out in front of this one. Your guilty pleasure features 8 and 9-year-olds subjected to what some would call very harsh, I call it violent, Texas-style football tackles.
We really have been bugging the producers for weeks, and finally our cameras were allowed access to the teams and families down in San Antonio, Texas, which was a first for the Esquire Network. And our man on the ground, Michael Yo, back home in Texas, where you played football as a little kid growing up.
Yeah, but it wasn't as intense as this show. I tell you this, I hung out with one of the families in their home, hit the field with their son, Jay Boogie, and talked to one of the most controversial coaches, Goodloe. And he was suspended. Now he's fighting back. In the promo before every show starts, they show kids with helmet-to-helmet contact. There you go! He's hurt! Now, I know you didn't promote that, but what's your thoughts about this television show starting off with a promo that shows when it's outlawed in the NFL, kids doing helmet-to-helmet contact?
I think the show did that to get their viewers.
A lot of people saying, you know, the way you coach is close to child abuse by putting these kids through that. What's your opinion on that?
Some of the things, you know, that I've seen did go a little too far. But with us, we don't push our kids or anything that we know is going to be harmful to their bodies or harmful to them in the future. None of us coaches out here want to see any child get seriously hurt.
But 2 coaches were suspended. Charles Travaria for at least a year for encouraging violence.
He'll put it in his helmet, you understand? I don't care if you don't get up, let's go.
And Maricas, who must sit out the upcoming spring season for encouraging profanity. And the profanity, did it shock you how it looked on camera?
It did. It did. And like I said, it all happened, but it didn't happen in the way it came off to everyone.
The Rockets. That's all I'm in focus on is the Rockets.
When you watched it back, what did you see?
I saw myself just being the intensity is going to always be there for me. I just want to scale back, you know, my mouth a little bit.
You fight me.
I fight you?
Yes.
Oh, I like this. Oh, look at that. I also met the Armors, Jaden's parents. He's a show standout, nicknamed Jay Boogie.
You ready for football? Yes. What time people bring it to the ground?
I want to talk about the coach of the football team. Do you think he's pushing Jaden and the other players too hard at times?
No, not too hard by any means.
Go to that side, man.
His ass ain't been here.
Jaden gets pushed pretty hard, even ending up in tears.
Baby, why are you crying? Coach just made me run.
Now, as parents and watching your kid play football on this show, are you scared for him? Because now we're starting to see. Like, I play college football. I got knocked out of college football because I had too many concussions.
I see that it's rough and they're out there and they're hitting. And, you know, hand to God, he's been playing 5 years and he has not had an injury. I don't even mean a little one.
If this show came about next year, which is doing great on the network, would you say yes again?
Probably, because our experience has been mostly positive and he loves the attention. So, you know, he gets recognized and people want to take pictures with him. So he thinks it's great.
And I actually spoke to Jaden off camera / Jay Boogie. His parents gave me a tour of his room. I saw all his trophies. And I will say this, his parents are amazing people and not pushing him to play football. And this is very cool. Jaden never said he wanted to play professional football. He says, I want to be a preacher or a chef. So he got a good head on his shoulders.
Here's my issue with the suspensions and all the critics of this show. Here's the thing. We are horrified by what we see on this program, but we worship the NFL. Wait a minute. We love college football, but are bothered by the way the kids are treated.
These are kids. Kids is the operative word
Here's
here.
the thing. This is about football. This is how football players are grown. This is how the football sausage is made. Unfortunately, it's the reality of it all.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. They may not make it to the NFL or college if they keep getting hit in the head.
Yeah, you're right. Both of you are right. I went through it, but no helmet-to-helmet.
We could argue about this all day. Stick around, you guys. When we come back, we're going to be in bed with Scandal star Scott Foley.